So hello again, guys. I am Marcelo Quiles Guillermo, and this time we're going to tackle about the records in family health nursing practice. So for this particular topic, we're going to discuss the importance and uses of records, the types of records and reports. And to start with, we're going to tackle about the Field Health Service Information System or the FHSIS. So itong FHSIS na to is the official recording and reporting system of the Department of Health and is used by the NSCB to generate health statistics. So based on statistics, ay pwede tayong makagather ng data if may bumababa or may progress bang ginawa nating mga intervention sa grassroots level or baka wala naman or nag-retain lang ba. Pwede siyang mag-retain or pwede siyang bumaba. And then records are facility based, meaning records are from the barangay station, the rural health units, and it is made by the health workers. So, ano nga bang FHSIS? So, this is an essential tool in monitoring the health status of the population at different levels. So, pwedeng barangay level man yan, sa purok, or doon sa or sa buong municipality. And services delivered to clients are the basis of the data entered in the records. Lahat ng services, maternal man yan, pagdating sa communicable and non-communicable diseases, lahat ng mga services na binigay natin doon sa grassroots level ay nilalagay natin sa record or dinodocument natin. So records serve as the basis of all the reports. So saan natin siya ginagamit? Ayan, sa priority setting by the local government. So when you, well, for example, ang daming mga maternal deaths doon sa specific na munisipyo na yon, ayun ang gagawan ng paraan at maaring punduhan ng local government unit na yon. And then planning and decision making at different levels, either barangay, municipality, district, provincial man yan, and national. So dito nagbe-base ang ating different levels of the national government agencies sa paggawa nila ng plano at pagde-decide whether they will fund or they will prioritize um, some aspects sa community that is in need na ma-addressan. And also we monitor or we use records to monitor and evaluate health program implementation kasi nga napakahalaga yung impact at makita natin yung impact or epekto nito sa larger population. Now, paano ba ang collection at consolidation ng ating reports? So to start with, we start in the grassroots level doon sa ating barangay station. So basically, ang BHS manned by the midwives, the barangay health workers, and of course, kasali dyan na partner natin ng mga families and individuals na nagpapatingin or nagpapacheck up or binibigyan natin ng health services sa barangay health station. So, yung mga reports dito na ginagawa ng mga midwives and barangay health workers ay tinatransmit yan sa rural health units or the RHU that is headed by the municipal health officer, the MHO, or the vice chairman of the municipal health board. And then yung public health nurse natin, the PHN, we have the sanitary inspector, the medtech, the midwives, etc. etc. So pwede siyang gamitin or utilize ng ating manpower under the rural health unit. And then sa mas mataas na level, we have the provincial health office or the PHO, which is spearheaded by the provincial health officer or the PHO and yung mga provincial staffs. So from the grassroots level, the barangay health station midwives, transmit ang report na yan sa rural health unit, sa RHU, which is spearheaded by the municipal health officer, and then yung mga reports from the RHU, itinatransmit yan sa provincial health office through the provincial health officer or the PHO. And then pwede yan gamitin ng ating national government which is your Department of Health. So sa Regional Health Office, again, the Department of Health is siya ang primary agency that implements and supervises the provincial health office sa mababang level. So DOH Regional Health Office is headed by the regional director and all of the regional office staffs. So ganito ang transmission ng ating reports from the grassroots level sa pinakamababa na mga area like yung mga purok sa barangay hanggang sa makarating sa national level. And of course, um, pagdating sa collaboration naman with other agencies like yung interagency committees, pwedeng i-request yan. For example, si DSWD kailangan niya ng data ng uh, mga maternal na nagpapa-check up doon sa barangay. So the DSWD can request data to the provincial or the RHU or even the Department of Health at the national level. Basta meron siyang approval. So it consists of summary data that are transmitted or submitted monthly. Pwede siyang monthly, one quarterly, 3 months, every 3 months, and annually every year into a higher level. So yan, we have an example here of the statistics. No, you have the top 10 causes of mortality per 100,000 population in CAR by sex. For instance, ito yung gusto nating ma-acquire. Of course, we are monitoring kung ano yung mga sanhi ng pagkakamatay ng ating constituents. So, for example, magsisimula yan sa barangay level muna and then pupunta sa RHU, pupunta sa PHO and then finally sa national government through your DOH. Now, kaya yan nako-consolidate na ganyan kasi nga marami siyang pinagdadaanan ng mga levels. Okay? So, ito yung example ng statistics ng CAR sa mortality rate nila per 100,000 population. So, that was the reason why they come up with this kind of statistics or data doon sa kanilang province or sa kanilang region. Another example here, under 5 mortality rate by province. So ito yung mga na-consolidate na mga records or mga data na galing sa grassroots level na kinonsolidate. Pinipon-ipon yan, lahat ng barangay, lahat ng municipality, lahat ng provinces, yan, inipon-ipon yan and they're able to come up with comprehensive data or statistics about the mortality rate of under 5 sa kanilang region. So, calendar year 2021-2022. At yun ang sinasubmit nila sa national level for monitoring of the compliance natin sa mga sustainable development goals. Okay? So, the next one is the FHIS Manual of Operations. So, meron tayong 4 na record na tinatawag. So, we have the individual treatment record, you have the target client list, we have the summary table, and lastly, we have the monthly consolidation table. So these are the 4 kinds of records that the healthcare provider accomplish or are parang ina-accomplish nila sa baba. So we go to the first one, which is your individual treatment record or yung ITR na tinatawag. So yung ITR na to, anong itsura niya? Ito siya. So this serves as the building blocks of FHSIS. All of the family members' medical records are placed on a brown envelope or naka-place siya na sa brown envelope with the family number and barangay number for easy retrieval. So nakasort yan. Meron tayong tinatawag na medical records section wherein they keep these brown envelopes and then meron siyang family number and barangay number. At inaayos yan. Sinusort yan usually mga alphabetical or by number siya. An example, immunization records of children under 5 years of age, the National Tuberculosis Program or the NTP treatment record for adults. So dito siya usually na ina-apply. And contents, of course, nakikita niyo dito sa example natin dito sa slide. We have the dates indicated, the name and address of the patient, yung full name niya, and then presenting symptoms or complaints of the patient on consultation, the diagnosis, if available ang doktor na gumawa ng medical diagnosis, the treatment, lahat ng mga binigay na mga klase ng treatment dyan sa patient, nilalagay natin lahat dyan sa record na yan. And of course, the date of treatment. Okay, so we have we can also note vital signs and other relevant information about the client. Now we go to the target client list, the next type of record that we are accomplishing. Then ganito pong itsura niya. For example, yung target client list for family planning. Now it is used because it reflects the list of target or eligible clients or individuals for a particular health program. Ito yung mga list of beneficiaries natin or mga target patients natin that are in need of a particular health program. For this case, sa may example natin dito na form ay mga parents or mga kalalakihan or kababaihan na in need of family planning. Okay, so the purposes here is to plan and carry out patient care and service delivery and to monitor target or eligible populations para nakasort na at nakaseparate na kung sino yung mga eligible targets for that specific program. And then to facilitate monitoring and supervision of service delivery activities, to report services delivered kung para malaman natin kung ilan yung nabigyan ng um, mga equipment or mga medications like your clients under the non-communicable and communicable diseases, and for this particular case yung mga family planning methods natin, pwedeng magbigay yung RHU ng pwede nilang gamitin sa family planning or mag-offer ang RHU ng mga methods of family planning. And ito yung nilalagay natin sa ating reports dito. And letter E, to provide a clinic level database that can be accessed for further study. So we can make a research out of those data na nagagather natin sa grassroots. For example, prenatal care, ilan yung nabibigyan ng prenatal care, postpartum care, nutrition, and expanded program for immunization. Meron bang increase or decrease of the compliance dito sa ating mga clientele or doon sa ating mga constituents sa barangay level or sa municipal level. So, ganun ang ibig sabihin nun. So, we go to the summary table, and this is accomplished by the midwife. Of course, he is the supervisor sa barangay station. So, ito yung tool na ginagamit for assessment of accomplishments, kung meron bang impact ito sa community, sa purok level o sa barangay level. And this is a 12-column table in which columns correspond to the 12 months of the year. So parang annual report siya. Pwedeng monthly yan, pero ang table na yan ay it comprises of 12-column table to represent the 12 months of the year or annual report. And then kept at the barangay station, and it is updated on a monthly basis. Na-update yan ng midwife, and a source of survey for any or source for any survey or research. So kapag kailangan nyo ng data with regards to mga number of children under 5 na malnourished, usually hiningi natin yan sa midwife para gagawan ng or kung ang purpose niyo is gagawan niyo ng research yung mga under 5 children na malnourished. Yeah. Pwede kayong humingi ng data sa midwife as long as you have the letter and all the necessary equipment, kasi nga unnecessary requirements in requesting yung data na yun kasi nga pinapractice natin yung patient confidentiality pa rin. And then, ayan, and data privacy also. We have the summary table. Ang summary table natin may dalawa tayong components. We have the health program accomplishment, which means which aims to assess all of the accomplishments and a ready source of reports. So itong health program accomplishment na to, kasama niya ang morbidity or disease report. So pag sinabi natin morbidity, talks about the disease itself. It gives information on the monthly trend of diseases and serves as a source for the 10 leading causes of morbidity in the municipality or city. So this is the reason why we come up with the top 10 leading causes of diseases doon sa municipality, and then i-consolidate nila yan sa province or sa provincial level, and later on pag i-transmit yan sa national level, yan may consolidate lahat ng provinces, ng lahat ng regional reports and they will come up with the top 10 leading causes of death sa buong Pilipinas. Ayan. So, paano ba yung ano natin? Paano ba yung reporting forms natin or ng mga iba't ibang mga forms or reporting forms na ginagamit natin sa community? So, according to the Manual of Operations ng DOH IMS 2011, so these are the monthly forms. We have the M1 and M2 form. M1 talks about the maternal care, child care, family planning, and disease control. While your morbidity or while your M2 or morbidity report talks about the list of all cases of disease by age and sex. So dito sa M1 talks about maternal care, child care, family planning, and disease. Yung M2 naman or morbidity report is the list of all cases of disease by age and sex. So nakasort siya by age and according to sex. So quarterly forms every 3 months contains the 3-month total of indicators categorized as maternal care, family planning, child care, dental health, and disease control. So ito yung mga reports naman na ginagawa natin ng quarterly. So annual, ito yung parang yearly siya. We have A barangay, A1, A2, A3. So yung A BHS is a report by the midwife that contains yung mga demographic data, contains mga basic information about the client or the family, environmental data, and natality data. So we have also annual form 1, which is your A1. It is prepared naman by the nurse and is the report of the rural health unit or the health center. It contains demographic and environmental data and data on natality and mortality for the entire year. So this is annually, yung annual form na to. So these are annual forms. And of course, we have the annual form 2, the A2, also prepared by the nurse. This is a yearly morbidity report by age and sex. So parehas lang siya dito sa may M2 natin dito. Kaso nga lang, this is annual. Okay? And then, meron din tayong monthly na report. Yung M1 tsaka M2. Ito naman, annual siya. So, yearly siya gine-generate na report. And finally, we have the annual form 3, the A3. This is prepared again by the nurse. And the yearly report of all deaths or the mortality rate by age and sex. So, appendices. Ito yung mga itsura ng ating mga forms. We have the M1, which is the monthly report generated. And then we have also here demographic profile, which contains the basic information about your clients and the mortality reports. And that is all for your week 11. Thank you.